And now I speak. Oh, hi, Shay. I got a message while I was getting ready this morning. Reverend Amy sent me a text. You got this. And I sent her back a message. You're the best. So nice. Being at UUC is part of an eventful year for me. My daughter is expecting her first baby in 8 days. I got a new doggie named Manny, and I started my ministerial internship here at UUC. The Amazon deliveries on my porch this week confirm this. I got a pack-and-play crib for our second bedroom, 240 vegetable-based, eco-friendly dog poop bags, and 12 sheets of pronoun stickers for our UUC name tags. That about covers my life right now. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be here and learn from Reverend Amy and all of you. And thank you, Ed, for being the worship associate and teaching me the UUC Sunday service ways. Many of you know that a week into my internship here, I woke up and the right side of my face was paralyzed. And long story super short, it was Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. I had to pause my internship and start rounds of meds and do some therapy. I was dizzy and out of balance enough that I couldn't drive. My doctor sent me to the Balance Institute for vestibulopathy therapy. Hard to say and harder to do. On one of my therapy mornings, I was waiting for my husband to pick me up, and I watched a huge FedEx delivery truck pull into the parking lot. On the side of the truck in giant block letters was what I now know is their new slogan, "Where now meets next." I got that full body feeling I get when I recognize that I'm having a big learning moment. And in this case, also tears. I'm guessing this happens to you sometimes. You hear something or you read something and it stays with you. And you filter sort of the way you experience the world a little bit different based on something that happened or that you read. Where now meets next. I thought, I want my now of therapy to turn into the next of driving. Almost at the same time, I thought, and if you can't drive, soon or ever, what will be your next? Since that morning, besides noticing FedEx trucks everywhere, I've also been thinking a lot about the relationship between now and next, and the way it's part of our journey. My career before starting into ministry was mostly working at nonprofit organizations like Closed to Kids, Interfaith Hospitality Network, and Habitat for Humanity, which involved a lot of looking at what's happening now, what is the need, and deciding what to do next, what can be done to help. I like so much nonprofit work. I'm inspired by the founders who start them, the staff who work there, and the volunteers and the donors, and people like you who keep them going. When I worked at the shelter for families experiencing homelessness in Michigan, where the boy missed the bus every day because he was embarrassed about his clothing, we used to sit in our staff meetings and we would regularly say that we wish somebody would start a nonprofit and collect clothing from the community and create a space where we could take our kids shopping. And we wished all of it could be free. And I moved to Florida and found out somebody did. Jody I and Marie McClung are friends and both from Clearwater. Jody was a first grade teacher in Pinellas County and saw every day that children came to school wearing clothes and shoes that didn't fit. And many of them had no socks. Marie volunteered in her sister Terry's classroom. On a rare, cold, remember cold? Holy cow. Florida morning, Marie's sister called her and said she had a little girl in her classroom who would not be able to go out for recess because she didn't have a jacket. She asked Marie if she would hurry to the store and buy a coat. Marie jumped in the car, ran to a local store, bought a purple coat in the right size. At some point, Jody and Marie were talking at their kitchen table about what could be done about the need for clothing. They started collecting clothes from their friends and stored them in their garages. Their next became a small little store in Dunedin. Some of you may know about that. And now there are 3 locations, in Clearwater, St. Pete, and Tampa, where children and their families can shop with dignity and respect in a cheerful store environment and leave with a shopping bag full of clothing, all free of charge. Jody and Marie went from now to a very big, meaningful, and much needed next. And I'll tell you another next that I heard maybe my first week at UUC. A very friendly woman introduced herself to me and said, "Hi, I'm composting Christina." And I said, "Hi, I'm hoping to someday be Pastor Patti." We talked about many things, including a recycling center she started on Earth Day in 1970 in Howland Township, Ohio, called Future, Friends United to Rescue the Environment. It became the 3rd largest recycling place in Ohio and was also a lively community center with a library and a park. Christina told me that their launch was, these are her words, a scruffy card table with some mimeographed half sheets of information that they gave out at a local park. And she is happy to report that the recycling center is still there. It's awesome. Yes! So Christina's Now to Next makes me think about Jungle Jay Hardman. He's up to so much good. And even through his physical challenges, he writes. I follow him on Facebook. And I have his permission to say this, to share this. "My spirit is strong, and my permy passion is unhindered, and my garden community is bearing amazing human fruit. And what would UUC be without the food forest and his efforts and that of many others in creating a suburban jungle nest where so many have and continue to learn and grow on this lovely land?" One of my favorite things about being here was the tour I got. So lovely. Recently, Jay shared a quote by Thich Nhat Hanh about the wisdom of being and doing. And Jay added his own thought. He wrote, "Be like water. It flows around obstacles and always seeks its own level." He also posted this gem, which won't surprise you. "To be is to do, Socrates. To do is to be, Sartre. Doobie doobie do, Frank Sinatra." Now and next, be and do, is part of the fabric at UUC. Our stated vision includes a call for bold social action, and the mission calls for service in the wider community. I was participating in the Introduction to UU Lunch and Learn last Sunday, facilitated by Margie Manning, and got to hear Linda Stoller, the chair of the Social Justice Council, tell potential new members about the social justice teams they could be part of. And this would take a long time if I listed them all. But let's just say FAST, racial justice, refugee and immigrant support, environmental justice, pride activities, so many others. What Linda said that really stuck with me is that the goal for all of the social justice efforts is to organize and center on the people who are impacted. In other words, there is a thoughtful conversation about what is needed now and what can be done next. And P.S., and sort of a PSA too, you can visit the UUC website and find out more about how to get involved. And you can share your ideas about what next with Linda Stoller and Trudy Diamond and others on the Social Justice Council. I know from talking with many of you that this community response to social justice issues is a central reason why you value being part of the UUC congregation. Together, we do make a significant impact, and can. Our song from the Prelude today by Jack Johnson, I agree with his words. We are better when we're together. When I was a child, I attended Sunday school, and my teacher would read to us from the New Testament. We read this in Matthew 6:28. And why are you anxious about clothing and other things? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And I remember the teacher said that we should be good and we should be obedient and that God would take care of everything and everyone. And even in my childhood heart of hearts, I knew there was something about this that was not true. I felt that all of us would have to do something to take care of each other. Who knew I was already then a little budding you? Reverend Teresa Ninan Soto, I love to read her stuff, said, all of us need all of us to make it. We start things like Jody and Marie and Christina and Jungle Jay. We can also bring a pair of socks and donate a few dollars and be part of a combined effort to impact the lives of local children. I'd love to leave us with the aspirational words of Octavia Butler, who might have my favorite thought on now and next. They are words she wrote in her childhood journal after listing her dreams of what she wanted in her life. I like this as a blessing and an amen on all of our nows and all of our nexts. So be it. See to it.